live. I just checking the light. Sorry about being late. I got locked out of my Facebook Live. So we're going to do this live right from the computer. How does it get any better than that? We have all these choices. Susan Lazar, Hart here. Hey, Maureen, welcome. The place to be every Sunday, Ask Susan Sunday Live. And today we're playing big. So, Claudette. Hi, Mike. Hi, Claudette. Welcome, welcome. Hey, tell us where you're from. We have such an international community. Hey, Rosanna, I think of you every time I have a cup of coffee. Hi, Rita. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, everybody. This one is about whose lane are you playing in? Are you playing in your lane? Are you playing in somebody else's lane? So many times in relationships, we have somebody's trying to create a relationship for somebody else's lane, right? So they change who they are. They try and change who the other person is. Meanwhile, what attracted you to each other was that you play in your own lane, right? So we're going to get into this a little bit. Just, hey, San Antonio, Texas, I love it. We're just kind of chatting a little bit for all the algorithms to kick in to let, I got a heart, to let people know we are live. One of the things for myself I've noticed is, well, we just threw in a little relationship here. So we'll kind of keep it at that for a second. Because these tools work for everything, for our business, for our relationships, for our bodies, our life, our living, everything. Good morning, Maureen says. Rosanna says, hi, everybody's coming in. Hey, Dee, welcome, welcome. So when I started this off two nanoseconds ago, have you ever noticed that when you get in a relationship with somebody, that person either changes who they are or you change who you are? It can happen, it might not be you. And all of a sudden you find you're adjusting your speed, your voice, the way you see, feel, and hear things to somebody else's lane. And then after a while you just get pissed off because that's not your lane, it's not who you are anyway. I think what attracted Ricky and I to each other is we're both independent, we both have our own lanes, and we get together when it works for us, and we have been together for 40 years, so I guess it's working pretty good. So, I got another heart on that one. So everywhere in relationships, in business, do you ever have an idea of what you'd like to create? You get that whisper from the universe. And it's like, oh yeah. And then all of a sudden you look at everybody else who's creating something similar, who's creating something before you even got to what you wanted to get to, and you give up, right? Well, that's their lane. That's how they're playing. Right? You're unique. You have these amazing capacities to offer the world. So everywhere you've given up, even playing in your own lane, because somebody got there first, somebody thought of it first, somebody's doing it better. Notice how those are all like judgments, right? Yeah. So everything that brings up, everywhere you've actually given up your lane, whether it's as an author, a singer, a lover, a chef, whatever it is that you've asked to add to your life. And then you've given up on it because somebody else does it better. Oh, I got a big thumbs up on that. Yeah. So everything that brings up, can we uncreate and destroy all that? Yeah. I'm just looking up here. Hey, Frederic, welcome, welcome. Hey, Marta. Hey, Parita. Welcome, everyone. So how's this ringing for you, right? I notice, especially in business, people give up. And when you give up, you're actually giving up on you, right? Oh, a big heart on that. You're actually giving up on you. So when I talk about playing in your lane, those are the energies that bring you joy, right? The creative juices that have you playing and have you enjoying, right? Are you willing to add to those juices? Are you willing to add to those creative energies and play, focus and play, right? Not torture yourself because somebody else is doing something similar. So you've decided, notice those are all decisions and judgments. You've decided to give up on your lane because you've decided they're better, happier, more wealthy, juicier, whatever that is for you, right? You might ask, who does that belong to? Were you brought up in a family that had you looking at what everybody else was doing or making, had you comparing rather than people actually acknowledging you for the juiciness and the creative juices and the brilliance that you be? Yeah. So let me know, are we in the right lane here? That kind of came in easy. Hey, Parita, welcome. Yes, Parita says we're in the right lane. Awesome. It's kind of like you know what, you know how people drive cars, you're driving down the highway and all of a sudden you're looking at your Facebook, it's boring on the highway, so you're looking at your Facebook, you get totally distracted and you totally detract from the brilliance of you. You know, so everywhere we're taught in this reality to keep yourself entertained by what other people are doing, right? It's like eating candy, you know, Facebook Lives and my stories and the little thing down there that has you going on to somebody else's TV show or whatever that is. Pop, 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 pop. It's all created to distract you from your lane. Did you not think of that? Yeah, because if you keep distracting somebody enough, they'll decide that they need whatever it is that you're offering. That has nothing to do with the lane that you're asking to play in. Right. So, as this is not a dialogue or monologue, it's a conversation, come on in with your comments. Hey, Kimberly, welcome, welcome, welcome. And let me know what's popping for you. For me, this has been a really big, I'm shifting and shifting and shifting, you know, since I was born, right? And just lately, I'm asking myself, what is my voice, right? What is the voice that I bring to the world? And how can I add to that voice? Not as in, oh my God, I have to add something, but is it required? Oh, I got lots of hearts on that, right? And then what's the lane that I love to play in? Well, you know, I really enjoy being with my family. I love cooking. I love nurturing. Cooking for me is like giving somebody a big hug, right? I love colors and textures, whether it's paint or music or putting my feet on the grass, right? That's my lane, right? My lane is not give up everything and focus on this one kind of business and to the detriment of everything else, because this is what I was told I had to do. That's not my lane, right? My lane is always creating, right? No matter what it looks like, no matter what it takes. My lane is to be that difference that's required in the world, right? That's my lane. So I know I'm not in my lane when I'm trying to match somebody else's point of view of what I should be doing or how I should be doing, right? I know I'm not in my lane when I buy somebody criticizing me, right? I know I'm not in my lane when I'm not being that sensual, sexual being in everything I be and do, right? So my voice is in my lane. Okay, tell me how that pops for you. We've got some questions. I love lights and decorations, Kimberly says. Awesome. Rita, how can I create bigger instead of smaller? So cool. Thank you, Rita. So first of all, I'm rolling up my sleeves on this one. Get the energies of who you be. And I don't mean, like, when I say get the energies of who I be, I don't mean like sitting in Vermont, curly hair in a bedroom, that, you know, yes, and what is it that turns you on with such ease, right? Like for me, it's kindness. It's again, it's creativity, it's curiosity. So every day I'm going to play with those energies. I'm going to bump them up, right? So Rita, creating bigger is actually sitting with what is it that you're actually focusing with? What energies are you playing with that work for you? And bump those up, right? Bump them up. And ask them to go out and bring in all the energies that you're asking to play with. Let me know if this makes sense to people, right? If it doesn't, we'll go a little deeper on this, right? One of the things in 90 Days of Change, we talk about the focus wheel. We talk about creating with those energies. And that can change all the time, right? Yeah, Rita, let me know how that pops for you. And the thing when we ask that question, how can I create bigger than smaller? There's a huge judgment there, right? Acknowledge. Ooh, I got a heart on that one. Acknowledge, right? Acknowledge what you are creating. Oh, wow. I'm the kind of person that, whatever that is for you, Rita, right? Like I had a couple of falls in the last 3 months and home a lot. I started investigating what nurtures my body. So I started making like homemade broths with vegetables and all kinds of stuff. And it's so much fun, right? Asking my body, oh, would this nurture you? Right? I'm not creating smaller because I'm not traveling around the world. That's not my point of view, right? So what have you decided smaller is? That it actually isn't. Yeah, Rita, let me know how that rings for you and for everybody else. What have you decided? Oh, I'm going up here. Okay. What have you decided smaller is that it actually isn't? And what have you decided bigger is that it actually isn't, right? D, Love it. Yay, D. Being entertained by others then I'm love it. However, the entertainment does or can turn into I'm not enough. You're awesome, Susan. Thank you so much. Anywhere you're hanging with people that have you choosing you're not enough, run. Run, Forrest, run, right? Surround yourself with what nurtures you. And yes, it is all funny. That's for sure. I love what Rita says. I'm not being in my lane. Awesome. Welcome, Martine. Sonia, sometimes I get crazy sounding whispers. Sometimes I get crazy sounding whispers. Okay. And then I mostly love the energy. How do I know it's my own brain or whether it's the whispers of the universe? Okay, here's a secret. Don't tell anybody. You are the whispers of the universe. Yes. Everywhere you've divided yourself up, right? In order for you to receive these whispers, you are the vibration of the universe, right? And I love the way, how do I decide whether it's my own brain? Stop deciding. You have a mind which is a museum of every experience you've ever had. That's what the mind is. The brain is an organ. It's a living organ, right? So your brain is there to assist you with all different kinds of requirements in the body. That's what the brain is, right? Thank you, brain. Thank you, right? Yeah. Sonia, let me know if this assists you. Rita, yes. How does that translate to choice and action? Hi, Lola. Welcome. How does what translate to choice and action? Give me a little bit more because I kind of got into some other questions. The only thing I can add to that, Rita, and please write it in, is choice is, right? Choice creates. Choice, choice, choice. We choose, right? When you choose, action is, right? Choice and action are symbiotic, right? With choice comes action. I chose to make some tea. So then I had to, I reached into the pot where I keep like fenugreek and fennel and cumin and coriander. I said, body, would you like this? Yes, okay. I had it ready for myself. So I chose to go to the store and get all these different herbs, put them in a pot, and then ask my body, would you like to have this morning? Right? Choice, action, choice, action, choice, action. Again, we have this point of view that the action has to be like, this is my action. Acknowledge, right? I'm the kind of gal that takes action, right? Wow, I'm the kind of gal that created the tea that when and how and with my body chooses, it's there for me, right? Choice, start listening. Oh, yay. Yeah, how's this ringing for people? Again, let me know. Sonia says, oh, this is so lovely. Thank you so much, Susan. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rita, pumping up the volume on what I love. You got it, baby. Not just pumping up the volume, expanding out with the energies, right, of what you love. Gift yourself. So I love different smells and tastes. That's why I'm willing to go into an herbal shop and ask body, show me what tea you would like to make, right? I'm not pumping up the energies. I'm willing to expand those energies out, right? Yeah, yep. I love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Frederick says, awesome. Thank you, Frederick. So that's my target for this conversation is ask yourself, am I playing in my lane or somebody else's, right? We started at the top of this talking a little bit about relationships. When you get in, I got hearts. When you find you're in an argument with somebody, ask if you're trying to force them into your lane, right? It could be they're trying to force you into their lane. If you have this awareness, oh, wow, that's interesting. Like I got into something earlier this morning and I asked Ricky I shared something with him about what I wanted one of the boys to do. And he replied in a way that I didn't want him to reply. And I got angry inside. And I was laughing at myself because I was like, holy moly, I'm trying to force him into my lane, right? And it's like, how often do we do that? We share something, we talk to somebody about something because we want them to validate our point of view, right? No, their lane's their lane. Our lane is our lane, your lane is your lane, right? And you find you actually create a much juicier relationship with your business, with your body, with your lover, with your house, with your dog, with your cat. If you step away from forcing people to get you, to get your lane, to acknowledge you, to validate you, right? It's my lane. It's my lane and I'll cry if I want to. It's like, it's yours for the taking. Yours is the only lane like yours. So everywhere you're trying to shift your lane into somebody else's, shift your business like somebody else's. I see it all the time, right? Stay in your lane. Acknowledge, appreciate, educate. I'm always reading books. It's like, oh, yeah, right? Listen to music, go for a walk, roll in the river, right? Ski down a mountain. Add to your life and your living, add to your lane, right? And it's not to say that you have to be one way. My lane is huge, right? It's about acknowledging every day the energies that you enjoy playing with. Say them out loud to yourself, right? Kindness, gratitude, curiosity, adventure, sensualness. I'll have more of that today, please. Good morning, right? I wonder what that would create. Ooh, I just turned my body on. I wonder what that would create with you and your body. So, no more questions, nothing else popping for people. Oh, there are, sorry, it's different on the computer. I have to roll it with it. Vanessa, big revelation this week was choosing for me as my lane. Awesome. Hey, Gulshan. Hi, baby. Shalina says hello. Frederick says thank you so much. Aradna, yes. Mike Brown, my life is on Indy 500 racetrack. It's brutal on this track. Get off it. Rebecca, hey, Ben. How you doing? You make me laugh, Mike. So anywhere that anybody, sorry, a little cup of tea. Pardon me. Anywhere that anybody has that point of view, that their life is, it's on a like, boom, and it's brutal, get off that lane, right? Ask yourself, what about this works for me? What about this doesn't work for me? Write it down. Like I'm talking about it all the time. Write it down, right? Even write it down here. Like I'm going for a walk is where I kind of like, and it's like, ask yourself, okay, what about this is brutal? Easy. And thank you so much, Mike, because so many people have that point of view. Like, my life is hell. I can't get off this lane. Okay, expand out. What about this works for me? What about this doesn't work for me? And what about this are you, what's that word? I talked about it with 90 Days of Change. Well, what about it? What are you just putting up with? Right? How many of you put up with something? Because it's like, well, it's my lane. It's not great, but it could be worse. Is that the way you want to live your life? No, is that what your life is asking you to live for? So get off the lane, ask some questions. What works for me? What doesn't work for me? And who are you living a brutal life for? That would be my question. Mike, let me know if this helps you, and for everybody else, right? That's a great one. Thank you so much, Mike. Frederic, I feel like I have to be more alone to be in my lane. How can I be in my lane with others around? Well, it's a point of view, right? So you know me. I've got been married for over 40 years, 4 kids. We've got 2 little grandbeings. Each kid has a partner. I have business that I play with. I have friends that I play with. I have countries I love to travel in. It's just like, ooh, 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 right? So if your lane is expansive, there's not an invitation for people who want to fuck with you in my lane, right? So it's not exclusionary. My lane is not exclusionary. My lane is what works for me. So if inviting people in to play with me on certain times at certain days works for me, cool. If not, other days, cool. It's my lane. It's my party, right? My lane is my party. Yeah. Let me know if that assists you, Frederic. Kimberly says, thank you. Shalini says, what question to be here? I need a little bit more information on that. Rosanna, get a heart and a thumbs up. Mike, it's the only track I've ever been on. Cool. I totally get that, Mike. And what I love about you, Mike, is you're always asking questions. So here's a question to ask. Who have I been on this track for? Who have I been on this track for? Oh, I got a heart. Who have I been on this track for? And is now the time to set them free. Yeah. Oh, lots and lots and lots of hearts on that one. Yeah. Because the only way that you're actually going to have that gift of choosing and being in your lane, because remember, your voice comes from your lane. right? And your lane comes from your voice. So you might ask, oh, lots of hearts and thumbs up. You might ask, who am I speaking for? Who am I choosing for? Right? And how's it working for me? Yeah. Kimberly, grateful for all my lanes. It's about claiming and owning your lane. So here's the deal, Shalini, it's your lane. It's not anybody else's. You don't have to claim it. I don't have to claim my lane, right? This is who I be. I'm choosing it, right? I'm choosing it. I know I'm not in my lane when I'm looking at what other people are doing, going like, oh, I know I'm not in my lane when I'm buying someone's point of view of me that's true and real, and I try to create a lane in their lane, right? Don't do that anymore. Nuh-uh, right? I know I'm in my lane. Every morning I ask this question, happy? Yep, okay, cool. Let's go, right? Because that happiness comes from really way deep inside. Let me know if this is you, Shalini. Oh, I love the heart, Frederick. Thank you. So helpful. Yay, thank you. We have this thing of, I have to claim, own, and acknowledge my lane. Baby, you are your lane. You're breathing, you're your lane, right? Here's the thing. We often invite other people into our lane because we want validation. We don't have to claim anything. Who you be is oh, I got a big woo on that one. Who you be is your lane. And your lane can shift and change, right? Just like your focus wheel, if you talk about in 90 days of change, can shift and change. It's like today, in this 10 seconds, we are fluid, right? We are fluid. When you have to claim your lane, when you have to protect yourself, you're not living in the fluidity of 10 seconds of choice. Oh, does this work for me? Yes or no? Okay, used to. I mean, I'm really digging making broths every weekend and homemade soups. I don't know, I might not be doing that in a month from now. Doesn't matter, I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun, my body's feeling nurtured, right? I'm looking at my business. I'm creating. How am I creating? Does this work for me, right? I know that each one of you has your own unique way of being, right? And if you're willing to step into that potency, nobody's gonna fuck with you, right? Ain't nobody gonna fuck with you because you are that potent. So everywhere any of you are pretending not to be potent, would you like to give that up? Claim your lane, baby, claim your lane. Sonia, my lane is my party. Oh, that's powerful, thanks, absolutely. Shalini, yes, thank you. That's light, it has clarity for me. Awesome, yeah. It's again, are you willing to acknowledge, like the other day I went to the library. For those of you who get my newsletter, I talked about it, and I often just go to the library or a bookstore and just flip through. And what is it that I'm like, first of all, I'll ask Body, are we going into this? Body goes, yep, there's something here for us. Okay, cool. And I just flipped through and I found this wonderful quote about following your flow, being, if you're willing to flow, right? If you're willing to flow in your lane. A lane is not static, right? Think of a river, right? And a river runs right beside the bed of the earth, right? So you have the bed of the earth and underneath and on the sides, and then the river flows through. Well, the river, depending on the season, depending on, the weather, depending on the shifting and shaping, that river will shift, right? Well, that's like your lane. But you're always that constant river flowing through your lane. That never changes. That's who you be. Yeah. Rita, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much, Rita. Any other questions? It's gone a little bit longer than our normal. Again, this is a big one. Please listen again and again. These nuggets are for your relationship, for your business, for your body, for your relationship with the planet, right? It's like, what's your lane? Does it work for you? If it doesn't, shift lanes, right? And stop the madness of distracting yourself by everybody else, what everybody else is doing, right? What everybody else is doing was created in this reality to keep you from being as potent as you truly be. And I know that for sure. Yeah. All right. If you're listening to this on the replay, press #replay. Oh, love the hearts. This has been awesome. Thank you so much for your questions. Mike, I hope this has been a help for you. And everybody else, Shalini, everybody else who's been I love this because this is about questions. This is about asking. This is about, so what could this shift and change for me? Thank you so much for showing up every Sunday. I adore you. And if you want to dive deeper, private message me and we'll do a strategy session. And let's see if we can strategize to see how you can actually play in your lane with more ease, more joy, and more of you showing up every day in every way. All right. Adore you. Live boldly. Love greatly. Be that fearless leader you came here to be. Because the world needs more of you. Thank you, Maureen. Not less of you. Okay, see you next Sunday. And really, if you'd like to have a little strategy session, private message me. Go on SusanLazarHart.com under sessions, and let's get it going, baby. Let's get it going, baby. Life's too short. I love you. Bye-bye.